Hey guys, it's JC here doing a CWL playoff war recap of Clantanemo Bay versus OneHive 2.0. As you can see here, we won 109, 104, which is a great victory for us. We advanced onto the playoffs against Faked Wargasm. And then the breakdown here was 5 Town Hall 11s, 20 Town Hall 10s, 15 Town Hall 9s. The stats for Clantanemo Bay were 5 Town Hall 10 triples, a 58% 9v9 rate. We had one dip fail, and we went 36%, 5 for 14 at 10v11. OneHive 2.0 actually had 0 10v10s, 62% 9v9, perfect on dips, which is a great job with them. And they actually could not clear one of our 11s, so they went 4 for 21 for a 19% hit rate on our 11s. So it was a great job from our base building team because we had a solid effort in 11s and especially at 10s. Having 0 10v10s at this meta stage is kind of crazy. Usually you'll see 1 or 2 just based on how low the bases can get. So it's huge props to Clantanemo Bay's base builders at 11 and at 10. And yeah, let's just keep rolling for Faked Wargasm and give them a good show. And hopefully we can pull off a victory from there. Anyway, without further ado, we can go on to the attacks. First one I'm going to show you is a fresh 10v11 by Rob, 2-star. And so Rob starts off with a Giant and a Hog to get this easy CC lure. As you can see, the CC gets pulled once the cannon is hit. And then he drags the CC lure. I think he was just waiting for a little bit just to make sure that both witches were out. Through by archers, trying to get them all in a line straight. Pulls a baby dragon, pulls a poison, and then for the second row, witches throws another poison back on the back of them. So it was a great job just reading the lore, getting the CC kill pretty cheaply. It was a Giant, a Hog, and then a couple of archers and a baby dragon. And this is just kind of a bowler smash. He has 4 golems, which he just all deployed, 2 on the flank, 2 coming up the middle with the jump spell, and a ton of bowlers coming up the middle. 2 jumps. He's gonna have 2 rages and he's gonna freeze. And what's great about this base is that you can actually freeze the Eagle and an Inferno, which is a great value. So he freezes them, throws another rage in there. I know when a couple of us were on voice and watching this live, we were kind of like, how is he getting a percentage? And but the flanks kind of stayed up, which was great. They didn't hit giant bombs or anything like that. Queen kind of clutches it at the end, pops her ability, gets the Warden at just in time for the Skellies to come out, gets the 50%, 52% with the Tesla down. Great job, Rob. That was a great 10v11 2-star. On to our 5 10v10s, and these were great attacks by all our guys here. We've had so many people on voice just kind of planning attacks on this, and it was great effort by all of us. It was just a great team effort. So our first attack is on their number 8 by Losh, who is just a beast 10v10 hitter. He uses a baby dragon, minion to funnel, and the baby dragon gets a lot of value. It gets the funnel plus a cannon. King is down to funnel as well. I think the goal of what he wants the queen to do is to take out the enemy queen along with that air defense with a... Well, no, actually he doesn't need to get there, enemy queen, because he has a Skelly. Drops the Skelly on... So a lot of people have been doing this in terms of getting the queen kill. To get the queen out, you drop the Skelly. You don't drop it in the... You drop it in the compartment that's in the 4x4 closest to your queen. So the queen will come out, shoot out a remaining Skelly, and then I'm gonna pause here because that's actually what people have been actually doing. So you put it a little bit closer to you as opposed to what Losh did, and as opposed to putting it on this building. That way the queen will draw out and get draw out to the skeleton, which will attract your queen to attack her once she gets aggroed on a skeleton that's closest to your queen. That way you can pop the ability, kill her more like farther back than what the enemy queen would normally do. Anyway, so that was a scaly fail, and the queen probably has like 75% of the health. I think at this time, Losh was just like, all right, you want, let's just put everything down and see how it goes. And this is kind of a lesson in you shouldn't rage quit and just continue with your plan, because you never know what will happen as you see from attack. Puts down 2 hounds to tank for the first air defenses. Uses a huge string, probably 5 loons to take out that inferno. Hastes right into them. Couple more hastes. And the queen is doing work right now. Killing the loons, but he has a ton left. There's a rage. I'm not too sure where the traps were in this building, because the hounds stayed up for a lot longer than I thought they would. Hounds just popped right when the air defense went down, and everything is still up. The queen, unfortunately, is still up, so luckily for Losh, he has a haste spell. Haste them away from the queen, and while everyone else is just doing work. And then now it's just kind of clean up, and you'll see there's going to be a big drop on the queen. Here's the pups. Clean it up, and that's the rest of it. I thought there was going to be a loon drop. I love those. Our next attack is under 21 by Yaggle Waggle. And this is also another Skelly Lalo attack. And this, I'm a big believer in Skelly Lalo at 10v10. I think it's doable, and you can take out any low weight bases with the Skelly Lalo, as long as you can get the pathing correctly and get the correct value with your heroes. You have King down with Baby Dragon Funnel. King pops ability. Great timing on the Giants. Warbreaker's down. Giants are coming in. King is kind of funneling away, taking as much as he can. Right the last possible second, pops the ability, gets the storage, and I think he gets the... Yes, I think he gets the Inferno. Yeah, he got the Inferno. Now it's time just to roll with the rest of the attack. Hounds are deployed, and he's going to work a counterclockwise position with the haste coming down. He's got to be very patient with the skeletons, because you need to have the bomb towers that's in that compartment down. As you can see, he waits for the bomb towers to get down. There's the rage, there's skeletons, and now it's just kind of a simple Lalo in the back end. There's a rage to get that huge clump, to get the Inferno, and now he's going to heal over 2 wizard towers, which will keep the loons up forever. Still has the hound left. They're all going through the heal. And the hound is on the wizard tower. Unfortunately, the wizard tower is on the pack of loons. But luckily, it was I think it was a Town Hall 9 defense wizard tower. So it kind of worked out. I'm going to speed it up here because it's just clean up at this time. And yeah, that was a great attack. It was a golem came out. The pups are kind of stuck on the golem a little bit. But, it was enough time to finish off the raid. Great attack, Yaggle, and great job. Our next attack is KC under 23. And I know KC's been doing a lot of work for our 10s. I know that he is one of the biggest contributors. I know he stays up. I don't know when we sleep, man, but yeah, I've worked with KC in my older clans. I know he's a great guy, knows his stuff, and yeah, and it's a well-deserved triple. Anyway, the heroes are down, and this is another Skelly Lalo base. And oh well, this is a very interesting attack. He actually skellied the bottom side where the cannons are to kind of protect the queen, because the queen can easily get the enemy queen, and kind of like to distract the cannons from hitting the queen before she can get the enemy queen. Hounds are down, 2 in the same direction. Third hound is down. And this base has all the air defenses kind of on the outside. This is kind of like old school before loons were updated to be a faster loon job, because this is kind of a style base that is very easy to Skelly Lalo, where it's kind of like the base kind of lends itself for mass looning. Just how the Lalo goes from this side to this side to this side. It easily goes throughout the whole base, so it soaks up as much traps and as much defenses as possible. It was a great attack. I'm gonna fast forward. Because it's pretty much over. Loons take out the Barbarian King. He has 3 archers, but he is so good on time that he doesn't even need them. And he actually deploys them. Great attack, Casey. Well deserved triple. Our last and final 10v10 is. Oh wait, no, sorry, I apologize for that. Our 4th 10v10 is by Losh, who had a 6-pack this war. And this is another pretty simple Skelly Lalo. We're doing a lot of Skelly Lalos today. Still a strong attack. I'm going to fast forward a little bit from the beginning, just because it takes a little bit to set up. Wizards are down, heroes are down. Uses the loons to get so much value. They just got, I think, a Tesla mortar. And I think that was great value. He actually had a wall breaker fail there. I'm not sure if you guys saw it. There was a wall breaker fail. During our plan for this attack, they wanted to get him into this compartment. So he comes in, takes out the air defense here, takes out the queen, and takes out this expo. Again, this is another attack that I'm going to pause here that preaches that you should not rage quit if your plan doesn't go as well, just because you never know what's going to happen with your loon drops and how you deploy, and you don't know what's going to happen with the rest of the base. So he messes up, doesn't get the queen, doesn't get the right defenses that he wanted, but he still goes with the attack, still does the Lalo with the haste, sends in another hound, just kind of front loads the base with loons, and they're kind of just going throughout. Skelly down the middle to kill the queen with a rage right on the Inferno. Couple mortars on the back end to make sure they stay within the base, a big clump of loons. And this was a great attack. I mean, as you see, whenever something doesn't go to plan, don't ever rage quit, because you never know what's going to happen. And especially if it does fail, you give valuable information to the people that are attacking it next to go clean it up, just because you can either always try to pull off the triple, or you get all the traps and everything. That's pretty good about that. I'm gonna speed it up. Great attack, great war loss, 6-pack. That's pretty rare these days for a 10v10 Town Hall 10 6-packer, just because of the difficulty of 3-starring 10s. But he did it this war, and it was a great attack. Our last and final 10v10 is Mr. Louis against their 25. And this is a drag attack. And we attacked this base a few times using different variations. But this is the first variation that we actually use Zapquake. So it's a healer walk, king to funnel, so she goes left, uses a baby dragon to tank the air defense or archer tower there, sends a loon. It goes into 2 loons there to drop on the archer tower and takes it out. And that way it's just free buildings up the top, which is good for drag attack, because drag attacks take so long with a queen walk to set up that you should probably have the cleanup troops down as you can. King is getting so much value at the back end, gets a Tesla, and look at this. If the queen is tanking the expo that's protecting the air defense, as the king kind of just went down and cleared out all the defenses that were also protecting it, Wizard takes out an air defense that is just so valuable, and now he's going to Zapquake the middle air defense that's not reachable by the queen. And then, at this point, the base, like you can see, once you take all the air defenses out of the base, drags are the way to go. You don't even have to take out the queen. Just because of how strong the drags are, they are pretty tanky and they can take out the queen for you. 2 rages, nice back end loons to help out with the drags as they're tanking. Still has a rage left. Unfortunately, the queen is still alive. Dragons will get her down. Dragons are moving throughout the base. The queen has died up top, but he still has tons of drags left. Unfortunately, he hits I think a kind of full health drag hit a Sam, but it doesn't matter because once that archer tower goes down, there's nothing that can hit the air except for all the traps. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me, guys. So I'm gonna speed it up because it's cleanup time now, and they're all just funneling throughout the base, and they have cleared it out. Great attack, Mr. Louis, and that is our 5th 10v10 triple. And now I'm going to give a shout out to our 9v9 6-packers. Our first one is Sir Goodpasture. Second one is The Greatest. Third one is Clasher Rex. And the fourth one is Higeltness. And we're going to be doing a little preview of everyone's attack that has done a 9v9 6-pack. They're so valuable. Anytime you can get a 9v9 6-pack, you basically free up almost a scout for our 10s, and you really need some scouts. I mean, I've seen 10v10 fresh triples just because the plan was thought out so well, but it's always good to know where the traps are, what the CC is. It's pretty invaluable, and it definitely helps the rate of getting a 10v10 3-star. And, you know, 9s aren't easy. You know, we had a 58% hit rate. They had a 62% hit rate. It's not by any means always successful. Queen's down, and this is going to be a AQ walk with Goho, with Golem Hogs. Uses a wizard to funnel up the top, so she goes down, takes out the Barbarian King. I'm pretty sure this is a fresh hit because he didn't know that a Tesla would pop out there. Wizards are kind of just funneling any trash buildings to push the queen back inside. Get as much value as she can. And yeah, she's just gonna roll on down. Has 2 jumps with 2 golems and 8 hogs. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have CC hogs. Down south, golems deployed with a ton of wizards to create the funnel. Bowlers in the CC. Queen is taking out the CC. The enemy CC, which is great. Throws a rage, takes out all the goblins with the poison, takes out the baby dragon. Throws a jump at the junction, and all he's got left is basically bowlers, and then just ancillary hogs to take out outside defenses. A hog to take out the flanking, and what I've seen before with 9s, and I've said it in the past videos, is that if you can protect your bowlers through a 9 base, they just do so much damage, and as long as nothing is flanking them, it's pretty much GG as long as the bowlers don't get landlocked and they go out throughout the whole base. As you see, he throws a couple hogs on the sides as they're shooting the king, just to you know, it's a free troop, free damage. And all that's left is the Tesla farm up top, but it doesn't matter because he has all his heroes and the bowlers. I think he has all of his bowlers are still alive up there. Great attack, Sir Goodpasture. Good AQ walk, Goho. Our next base is going to be Clasher Rex on 29. Ooh, I skipped one. That's okay. And this one's a really cool base, and I think drags should be more popular at Town Hall 9 just because I feel like there's so many options that drags are so cool to see. Uses minions to take out the Town Hall, a giant to funnel, or a giant to tank for the wizards to make the funnel. The giant actually pulls out some of the CC. I'm not too sure if that was part of the plan. if the giant was supposed to pull out all the CC. He uses test wall breakers, uses the rest of the wall breakers, pops the king. And what's great about this, and kind of what we talked about in the past against, I think, who did it? I forget. Some 10v10 hitter. Off the top of my head, I can't think of it. As long as you can get all the air defenses down, or at least 3 out of 4 of them down, it's a good candidate to drag at the base, just because of how powerful and beefy the drags are. All the drags are down now. Queen allures out the rest of the CC, which could be a little bit troublesome. Poisons the CC, poisons the queen, throws a rage to get that last air defense, and then kind of looning throughout, using the drags as cover, as tanks. He still has 5 loons in the bag. Heals a great part, a Tesla farm part with wizard towers. Throws down a haste. Throws down another haste to take out the outside defenses, and this is pretty much a rip base. Drags are super strong, and you can see he has like 6 drags left. Still has a pack of loons, and this is an interesting base. It's pretty lopsided, kind of like a puzzle piece almost. And it was great to figure it out and to get the 3-star. Good job, Clasher X. I'm gonna 4X it for the cleanup, and it's always great to see drag attacks at 1009. I'm going to go back up to Hejeltness attack on 28, which is going to be a Skelly Lalo attack. So the point of this attack is basically to suicide your heroes, get as much value as you can, and then do the hounds as long as they path the correct way. Throughout the base. It should be a 3-star, especially if it's a hound CC and you Skelly the queen correctly. Heroes are taking down the wizard tower, getting another wizard tower, getting an archer, pops a queen ability, uses a minion to funnel, and now here comes his Lalo. Now this Lalo is pretty interesting. He's going directly against the sweeper, but the sweeper is kind of way back, so it doesn't really push the loons as back as you wanted to, the opponent wanted to. And then it's kind of just like overwhelming the base with loons at this point. Loons got so strong at Town Hall 9, just from the buff. But they aren't, you have to do it at the correct bases. Base building has definitely caught up from what it was in the past. There is a heal against the wizard tower farm. Look how many loons he still had left to deploy at the back end. It's pretty crazy. He still has 1 loon in the bag with 5 minions to clean up, and then all the loons are getting under the heal with not much left. The wizard tower is pretty scary, but uses a loon to tank for that Tesla, and that could get really scary. Takes out the wizard tower, the only thing that was really scary about the attack, and now clutches it with just 1 balloon left. Wow, he didn't get it yet, but he has enough pups to kind of overwhelm that archer tower. And wow, when I picked this replay, I did not expect this to happen where all the loons die. They had enough cleanup pups and minions to take out the last remaining archer tower to clean up the raid. Wow, what a great attack by Hejeltness. What a clutch minions and pups at the end. It kind of all worked out at the end. Great attack. Good job, Hejeltness. Our last and final 9v9 action is going to be on number 36. And it's the greatest, doing a Goho. So this is a Shattered Goho, 2 golems down at the bottom. Breaking in, which is a great break-in spot right there. And just a really wide funnel, just to make sure that the heroes go in, the golems go in, and if he had bowlers to go in as well. Unfortunately for him, I'm not too sure if this was planned, but the queen does not go in, goes on the side, takes out everything. Luckily for him, he has wizards with his kill squad, take out the baby dragon. And yeah, I don't know if this was to plan. And sometimes, again, this is back to the moral story. Do not rage quit just because, you never know what's going to happen. Didn't go to plan. Throw the hogs down. Throw the troops down and see what happens. The hogs are down, 2-finger drop, and they're just kind of going to go throughout the base in a counterclockwise fashion, kind of like where the defenses were. He has 3 heals for them. The king is still alive because the golems are all still alive. They haven't even broken yet. What's troublesome, he has an archer tower out there that didn't pull the hogs away from the heal, which is great. Hogs path away from that giant bomb. Throws a heal against the Tesla farm. Hogs are going to clutch the Tesla farm while the queen actually comes around from the beginning, not going in, taking out the remaining archer tower that was withstanding. Oh no. Yep. Oh. Yeah, the queen clutches it. And now, excuse me, guys. And now it just clean up. Great attack, the greatest. Good job to our 9 hitters. Not even 9 6-packers this war. And the 9s are not overlooked. They're very valuable in terms of how the war goes. Anyway, this is a great war. Good job to you guys at OneHive 2.0. We wish you guys the best in the future. And this is JC. I'm signing out.